What's going on, guys? It's Matt with No BS Beard Reviews. Now, I've got a little bit of a riddle for you, and you're probably asking yourself, why is this guy talking about razors during No Shave November? Well, that's because we're going to be talking about a new way to shave your head. Now, my riddle is, what happens when you take your traditional cartridge razor and you combine that with your traditional double-edged safety razor? Well, what you get is the leaf razor. The leaf here is a combination of a traditional cartridge style razor with that double-edged razor that typically uses a single double-edged blade here. And so I'm going to show you guys how this leaf works. It is a phenomenal head shaving tool in my opinion. I know a lot of guys have been asking me, what do you prefer? What's your favorite thing? You're just gonna have to stay tuned and watch. And so the leaf razor, I'm gonna get up close here. It is solid metal. This bad boy does go for $84, but it uses these interchangeable razor blades. And so I bought a pack of these, I think 100 of these for like 14 bucks, and you can get them cheaper depending on the brand. But I'll use one blade for probably 3 or 4 shaves. So I get about 400 shaves out of one pack of 100 razors. And so very economical when you think about that, not having to buy cartridges all the time. The way it works though, it's got this pivoting head here. But what you do is you're gonna unscrew the back of it, and then this lifts up here. And so what you do is you're gonna take your razor blades, you take your, now this can hold 3 half razor blades. I prefer just to use 2. I think it's easier just to pull one of these out. What you're gonna do is snap that in half, wait for that little click. And then what we do is we're gonna pull the blade out. Now you guys may be wondering, worried about cutting yourself. I've been doing this a ton. I have yet to cut myself. But it does have 3 areas you can put the blade in. I go all the way to the front. And what's cool about this, it's magnetized. So I can just throw my blade up there. You can see it's off-centered right now, but there are little grooves. You can see there, the little black. And those align this perfectly. So what I would do now is drop the next one down. You can see they go up and down there. And so I'm gonna take my next blade and drop that in there. Now, as I mentioned, you can use 3 half blades. I typically go just for 2. I find that works best on my head. Still gives me a great shave. And then if you wanted to put a 3rd blade in, you could drop that 3rd one down, put a blade there. So what I do, I just rock the 2. I'm gonna go ahead and close it, and then you just re-screw and tighten that up. Again, I will use these for 3 to 4 head shaves. That's one blade. Again, I can get a ton of shaves out of just that one blade. And so this is gonna last me a while. Much more economical than a traditional cartridge where you're buying these cartridges over and over, and much easier to shave with than your traditional double-edged razor. These are not very forgiving as you're going down, whereas this, it's gonna go with your head. It's gonna bend with your head. Now there is a little bit of a learning curve to this. I'll explain that a little bit more here in just a minute. I've got it in the black finish. It comes, I believe, in like a chrome, a gold, a silver, maybe a bronze. They've got all kinds of colors. Really cool though. I believe this comes with a 10-pack of starter blades. But again, I would pick them up on Amazon. You can get a ton really cheap there as well. Let's throw some cream on the head. Let's go ahead and get shaving. I'll be back in just a second. All right, guys, I am back. Got the head all lathered up. If you're wondering what I was using, I am using Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. This is their Speakeasy scent. Awesome, awesome, kind of classic, Great Gatsby type scent. Highly recommend this one. But let's go ahead and start shaving. My biggest thing with the leaf razor is you need to keep your shaving hand as dry as possible. This metal handle can get slick. I've been thinking about ways to maybe improve that. I've thought about, wrapping it in rubber bands, but as long as you keep your hand pretty dry, you're good. But let's go ahead and get shaving. Again, this is 2 blades in there. I'm using 2 Gillette Nossets. And we'll just go ahead. I'm going to get up close here so you guys can see a little bit. Now the trick with this, now coming from a cartridge razor, my first few shaves, I was using all 3 blades, and I was used to using a bit more pressure than I probably should have. Because, coming from that cartridge, you can give it some pressure. But with this, you gotta let the tool do the job. It's kind of like one of those double-edged razors. I just, drag it across my head. I don't put too much pressure on it, and it gives me a very good shave. That would be my biggest piece of advice, is don't be too aggressive out of the box, because the first few shaves I did, I definitely nicked up my head pretty well. But I've learned to just let the weight of that razor do its job. I also like the spacing of the blades. They don't get clogged very easily. And again, you can make this razor as aggressive as you would like. If you want to go all 3 blades, or if you just want to rock, like I'm doing 2 blades, or maybe even just 1 blade. So it gives you some flexibility. I like that. Now this isn't just for head shaving. Of course, you could use this to shave your face. For women, their legs, armpits, etc. It is marketed to both men and women, but it is sustainable. Again, you're not purchasing those plastic cartridges all the time. And so you buy one of these, it's probably the last razor you'll ever buy. And then again, you're just buying the metal blades. And they even have a program, I believe, where you can send your used blades in and they recycle them, which is pretty cool. Getting a great shave here. Again, this thing, for me, it takes me a little bit slightly longer to shave my head with this, but I like it. The shaving experience is much more fun and enjoyable than with a cartridge razor. With a cartridge, I just plow through my head shave. This, I actually get to enjoy it. You can really feel, as weird as this is to say, like the razor is an extension of your hand. I can feel all the hairs being cut through the razor into my hand. Like I can feel the vibration of them getting cut, which is kind of neat. It's just a little bit more fun razor to use when shaving your head. All right, so I'm done with pass 1. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready again for pass 2. We'll be back in a second. All right, guys, we are back for pass 2. Pass 2, I like to start with my sideburns, or my sides of my head. Again, just pulling it up slowly. I'm not putting a ton of pressure on the razor. Just kind of slowly pulling it up. Again, I can tell I can feel it cutting, and then I can hear it cutting as well. My hairs always go every which way. I always miss a spot or 2 here in the back. What I like to do is take my shaving brush, get the excess cream out of it, and then just kind of feel around for where I missed some in the first pass. Always got hairs that grow kind of funky up here. Sometimes I come down with the grain. Try to get those hairs from every angle. And surprisingly, with this leaf, I do not get irritation or razor burn. And I do like a probably 3 or 4 pass shave typically in different directions. But I like that I can make it as aggressive as I want or mild as I want. That is feeling good. Check one last problem spot I typically get in the back. This thing just molds to your head. Again, I will mention there was a learning curve first probably about 3 or 4 times I nicked myself here and there. I've also got a bunch of raised moles that got kind of irritated at first, but they've since calmed down. And now, knock on wood, I should probably stop shaving before I say this, but I've been cut free for weeks now. This leaf, this is probably the longest product I've tested. I've got this, I feel bad, maybe even 3 months ago, and I've been using it on and off almost every head shave. But just a phenomenal piece of machinery. All right, I'm gonna wash off. I'll be back in 1 second to give you my final thoughts. All right, guys, just got done with my head shave. Just got done finishing with the aftershave and everything. So final thoughts on the leaf. Do I recommend this? Do I like this? Yes, I would absolutely recommend this razor. With the caveat, it is expensive. It is an expensive upfront cost. Again, $84 upfront. I think they do have coupons on their website, a 5% discount for first-time purchasers. So definitely use that. But when you think about this in the long run compared to a cartridge razor, you're gonna save a ton of money. Like I mentioned, you buy one of these, this is probably the last razor you'll ever purchase. And then you just purchase the matching, or the razor blades for it, which are pretty cheap, and you can get some good use out of those. So I'm set for razor blades for a long time. This is my go-to razor. This is the razor I use almost daily. Every now and then when I need to plow through a quick head shave, I will use a cartridge just to change it up from now and then. But yeah, I highly recommend this leaf razor. I guess the only other thing I would mention is this black does tend to show. I gotta keep it clean a ton because it picks up some of that white from the shaving cream. Again, I've rinsed this off fully, but maybe the gold or the chrome might not show use as much. That would be my only 2 cents. And then the grip on it. So it does have some grooves in there. I would love to see something like a double-edged safety razor, that type of knurling they've got built into that. This has got a really good, secure grip on it. I'd love to see some type of handle like that for it. So really cool though. Highly recommend the Leaf. You can find them, I believe it's leafshave.com. I'll drop a link below. Highly recommend these guys. If you're on the fence about trying them, do it. It's a really good razor. But as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. God bless you, and we'll talk soon. Take care.